Our learning objective 6, that is understand and differentiate between direct and indirect costs. So let's talk about that. A cost object is anything for which costs that are desired, including products, customers, job, organization, subunits as well. So for the purpose of assigning cost to cost object, costs are classified as direct cost and indirect cost. So direct cost, which can be easily and conveniently traced to a unit of product or other cost object, we call this direct cost. Example include direct material, direct labor. Indirect cost that cannot be easily or conveniently traced to a unit of product or the other cost object. For example, manufacturing overhead. So the example include, for example, in making cloths, the thread is called manufacturing overhead because you cannot easily trace out that how much thread that you use in knitting, or how much lubricants you use in the machine. So that material cannot be easily traced out, so we call this indirect cost. For further clarification, I have pasted exercise 2.7 from your chapter 2, page 61. So I want you to pause the video for 5 minutes and try to read the question by yourself, and then we're gonna solve it together. I hope you already read this scenario here, and I'm just gonna go through with this to find out whether this is a direct cost or indirect cost. So let's talk about number 1, that is the wages of pediatric nurses, and the cost object is pediatric department. So you can easily trace out the wages of the nurses through the department, so that is a direct cost. Number 2, prescription drugs, and the cost object is a particular patient, that is also a direct cost. You can easily you can easily trace out the cost of prescription drugs. Number 3 is heating the hospital, and the cost object is pediatric department, and that is indirect cost, because heating the hospital is central heated, and this cost is not easily traced out, that how much heat is going to the pediatric department and how much heat is going to the cardiac department, and etc. So that goes to indirect cost. The fourth is salary of the head of pediatrics, and pediatric department also direct cost. The fifth one is the salary of the head of pediatrics and a particular patient. So how much salary is attributed to particular patient, we don't know, that is indirect cost. Number 6 is the hospital chaplain salary, that is on a particular patient, we don't know about that, so that is indirect cost. So lab test by outside contracted for a particular patient, yes, we can easily find out that, plus lab tests by outside contractor on a particular department, also a direct cost. We can easily find out through that contractor what is the cost. It is easily traceable, and we call that direct cost. If you still have any confusion, please do write us on our Blackboard discussion group and our WeChat group as well.